Hi, it's Ken at Revival Seeds, and on a day when it's 9 degrees outside, we're lucky enough to have these cold frames where we are close to 20 degrees. One of the things you have to do in here, because our insect pollinating numbers are quite low right now with the weather we've had in Nova Scotia, we keep the doors open, but we still have to do a little bit of hand pollinating, cross-pollinating our cucumbers. So this beta alpha cucumber, English cucumber if you like, it needs a little bit of help. So we have to, basically cucumbers are monoecious, meaning that both male and female flowers are in the same plants. So we have 4 or 5 plants in each mound here. And I'm going to go from one flower to the next year crossing to get a good genetic diversity between the different cucumbers. So on this plant, for example, you can see that we have a female flower right here. There's the ovule. And what will happen is we're going to have to take this little paintbrush. There's a male flower here. And it'll have a shorter calyx, as you can see underneath there. That's the difference between the two flowers. And we're just going to go brush along the anthers inside the flower, get some of the pollen grains. And this is what an insect would basically do, jump from one to the other. And we're going to rub it into the ovule here a little bit, into the stamen. And those pollen grains, we hope, will end up going down into the ovum. And we'll have a successful cucumber. Now this cucumber looks like it's starting to form already. It may have been pollinated on its own through insects, but I'm still going to make sure that we do get successful pollination here. It will fall off on a board if it didn't get proper pollination at some point. The flowers will fall off. So the timing of this is important because these flowers are very photoperiodic, meaning the male flowers will open up certain times of the day. Sunrise is probably the best time to go in here and do this. This is already 9 or 10 o'clock in the morning. It was a weekend, we slept in somewhat. But with these kind of weather conditions, you can do this at this time of day if it's not as bright out. So the flowers are staying open a little bit longer today. So that's, and I would take this, I would go to another male flower. This is the same one, but I would go to a plant like this, and you can see that this female flower is already starting to close up. And I will just brush some of those pollen grains in there, and I'll do the same thing. I'll go to another male flower like this. Same thing. Right along the anthers like this, and then maybe I'll jump up to another plant like so and try to find a female flower that is still open. And there aren't too many left here. The male flowers are already closed. Here's one here. You can see the ovum. So we're going to brush those grains right in there. And it's that simple, really. And you want to do this for 2 or 3 days at least when the flowers are forming.